Hello everyone, I'm Chen Xiaoyun, a disciple of Chinese financial intelligence mentor Master Zhou Wenqiang. I'm very glad to welcome you to this financial intelligence training camp. This training camp is a highly practical course tailored for Master Zhou's students. Here, I will faithfully reproduce the course content of Master Zhou and lead everyone to learn financial intelligence together. Today is the opening ceremony of this training camp, and there will be 30 days of classes, one class per day. Master Zhou calls this training camp the most amazing 24 lessons of financial intelligence in the world. This is because there was once a book that changed Master Zhou's destiny called the Master Key System. Master Zhou sold hundreds of thousands of copies of this book through live streaming on Douyin. The Master Key System is also known as the Silicon Valley Banned Book. When this book was published, it was directly bought out by many Silicon Valley billionaires who bought all the copies and destroyed them. For more than 100 years, no one could see this book because it revealed the secret of wealth. So when Master Zhou was preparing this training camp, he calculated that this course would be a 30-day companion training camp. There are 4 weeks of live question and answer sessions, as well as the opening and closing ceremonies on 2 days. When 30 days are subtracted by 4 and then by 2, it exactly equals 24. Master Zhou believes that 24 is a very magical number. So at that moment, Master Zhou's inner self came to him and suggested naming this financial intelligence training camp the most magical 24 intelligence courses in the world. Master Zhou has been thinking about how to structure this training camp. He also looked at many other teachers' training camps on the market. Some teachers lecture while sitting, some use live broadcasts, and then turn them into recorded sessions. However, Master Zhou found that no teacher has ever recorded their training camp courses by standing on site and delivering them to the audience. Why does Master Zhou want to open a training camp? Let's briefly talk about the origin of this training camp. Due to the intermittent impact of the pandemic, Master Zhou's offline classes could not be officially launched. However, Master Zhou's mission is to enable 100 million families to achieve financial freedom and physical and mental well-being. Years ago, Master Zhou was a poor boy born in an ordinary rural area of Xinxiang, Henan. When he was 15 years old, his father went bankrupt and he had to drop out of junior high school and work in factories, construction sites, and even sell goods on the street. At that time, he felt like a homeless dog. However, a book changed his destiny magically. This book is called Rich Dad, Poor Dad. At that time, Master Zhou made a big vow. If this book can change his destiny, he will become a lifelong promoter of financial intelligence to help more people like him achieve financial freedom. Master Zhou spent 10 years learning and practicing financial intelligence. 10 years later, he achieved financial freedom, owned his own house and car, and could travel around the world without worrying about money anymore. At this time, Master Zhou remembered his vow when he was 17 years old, which is to enable 100 million families to achieve financial freedom and physical and mental well-being. Therefore, Master Zhou resolutely gave up his long-time efforts in the real estate and financial industries and entered the education and training industry. There are many profitable industries, but none of them is more valuable and meaningful than changing others' destinies. For the past 11 years, Master Zhou has been standing on the podium to disseminate financial intelligence. In 2016, Master Zhou realized that if he continued to teach offline, he would not be able to influence 100 million people to learn financial intelligence. That is when he saw the trend of live streaming. Master Zhou was the first teacher in the training industry in China to embrace live streaming. He started live streaming in 2016, which was around the same time when Viya and Li Jiaqi, two early internet top celebrities from China, were just beginning their live streaming careers. At that time, Douyin, Chinese TikTok, and Kuaishou did not have live streaming features. Kuaishou officially launched live streaming in 2018, and Douyin followed in 2022. However, Master Zhou had already been live streaming for several years. When Master Zhou began live streaming his lessons, he made a bold decision to record all his offline courses, which cost tens of thousands or even hundreds of thousands of yuan, using high-definition camera and turn them into free short videos. Many of his peers laughed at him, thinking he was crazy. Many of his company's shareholders opposed his decision, believing that if everything was free, no one would attend his offline courses. But Master Zhou remembered a saying, "Remain true to your original aspiration, and you will achieve your goal." Because his purpose in doing this is not to make money, but to help more people who were once like him learn financial intelligence, achieve financial freedom, and change their destiny. So at that time, Master Zhou made his decision resolutely. He told himself and the shareholders of his company that if no one came to his classes because of this decision, he would accept it. As long as someone can learn financial intelligence, Master Zhou believes that this matter is very valuable and meaningful. Master Zhou is one of the few people in Chinese training industry who allows peers to attend his classes. He hopes that his peers will come to listen to his courses and even replicate his courses. Because if all teachers in China teach financial intelligence, Master Zhou's mission of enabling 100 million families to achieve financial freedom and physical and mental well-being may one day be achieved. Why does Master Zhou need to do this training camp now? Let's come to the point. Master Zhou has been thinking about the question while lecturing, that is, how to truly help his students. He remembers when he first entered the education and training industry in 2012, he asked a teacher who had been in this industry for more than 10 years about the success rate of this industry. If this teacher taught 1,000 students, how many of them could actually achieve the desired result in the end? The teacher said, "Master Zhou, let me tell you, I used to be a consultant, and the success rate of consulting is only 30%. I consulted 100 companies, and only 30% of them could actually implement the advice and achieve results, while the remaining 70% of the companies may find it difficult to achieve results through consulting. And some of them even find themselves in a difficult situation after consulting. That is why I switched to training, because training is different. It changes people's thoughts and beliefs, and its success rate is higher than consulting." Master Zhou asked, "So, how high do you think it is?" He replied, "About 50%. "What does 50% mean?" It means that half of the people can achieve results from the class, but the other half cannot. Master Zhou has been studying what education and training really are and their essences since 2012. He believes that everyone can use their own mind to understand that the essence of education is to enable others to achieve results from learning your course, and the essence of training is to enable learners to apply what they have learned in practice. Therefore, Master Zhou has been thinking about this issue since 2012. He entered the education and training industry in 2012, and the average success rate in this industry is approximately 50%. Master Zhou has been desperately studying how to improve this success rate. Through years of tireless efforts, Master Zhou has increased the success rate of his students from 50% to 55%, then to 60%, 65%, and finally to 70%. However, it has become increasingly difficult to raise this number further, which has been a constant concern for Master Zhou. Then, in 2021, it seems as if the pandemic has passed and Master Zhou was able to resume offline classes. During this time, the company's performance also increased several times, and Master Zhou was once again busy delivering his lectures and guiding his students. Without much time to further consider this issue, he even set an ambitious goal to increase the company's performance by 5 or even 10 times in 2022 and 2023. Unexpectedly, the pandemic struck again. At this moment, many people will certainly be defeated by difficulties when they encounter them. However, Master Zhou has studied financial intelligence, and his teacher Robert Kiyosaki told him that everything happens for a reason, and it will certainly help me. What is the biggest difference between poor thinking and rich thinking? Whether you are poor or rich, you will encounter failures in the process of entrepreneurship and investment. People with poor thinking, when they encounter failures, may be bitten by a snake and afraid of a rope for 10 years. They may be beaten down in this life and never get up again. However, what is the mindset of the rich? It is the courage to keep fighting and getting up higher every time they fall. And this is what defines the mindset of the rich. When Master Zhou and his entire industry were once again hit hard, it was actually the impact of the pandemic on the education and training industry that was the greatest. Because no matter whether it was 2020 or 2022, Master Zhou's company was always the last to resume work, while restaurants, tourist attractions, and cinemas have opened. Training business like Master Zhou's company could not resume operations. For example, at that time, Master Zhou wanted to open an offline course for 1,000 people and submit an application for approval. It would never be approved. So many peers, even many shareholders of Master Zhou's company were confused. They thought that the income of Master Zhou's company would increase after the epidemic was over. However, suddenly all their plans were disrupted. But Master Zhou was not confused. As the leader and founder of the company, if Master Zhou was confused, what should the company do? However, Master Zhou is not only not confused, but also very excited. Because who is Master Zhou? He is like a ball. The lower he falls, the higher he bounces. Master Zhou is thinking that since the epidemic has come again and he cannot hold offline classes, he believes that this is the biggest gift God has given him. Remember, behind the pain is a gift.